My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dear beloved Bhagwan Baba. Sai Ram, dear brothers and sisters. It is my absolute pleasure to take over from Brother Harish. I get the joy of serving as the Vice President of Region 8, and we are so happy to host all of you. And I hope you'll come back really soon because it's going to feel terribly empty when you leave. So you saw one of these segments yesterday. It was a TED Talk by Sister Madhuri. And we're going to now listen to another TED Talk by a young adult. For all of you who have seen TED Talks before, TED Talks are founded on the principle that ideas are powerful enough to change the world. But Sai TED Talks are founded on the belief that Swami's teachings are powerful enough to change ourselves. So with that, please join me in welcoming Brother Miguel Montes. Miguel has been involved in the Sathya Sai International Organization in Mexico since the age of 7, beginning his service as the youth coordinator at the Monterey Center at 16. He has served as the National Young Adults Coordinator, the President of the Northeast Zone, and currently serves as Mexico's National Young Adults Coordinator. He has participated in several international conferences and contributed to many global programs. And professionally, he holds a bachelor's in international business and works in UPS in supply chain management. So it is our absolute joy to have Miguel. Thank you so much.
Om Sri Sai Ram. May these words inspire hearts, not from me, but through me. My name is Miguel. I'm a husband, father, and someone who once thought that success means always being busy. But life had other plans. Almost 5 years ago, I came face to face with death when the doctors told me that they will need to intubate me so my body could continue receiving the necessary oxygen, and that the only thing we could do is wait to see if I will wake up. It felt devastating. I didn't know if I would ever open my eyes again. My family surrounded me. My wife, my parents, my sister and her husband. I was able to say goodbye. COVID struck me hard, and I spent 22 days in an induced coma. After those days, I opened my eyes, but without knowing exactly what had happened. Everything around me, my new marriage, my daughter on the way, it felt like a dream that I had forgotten. I was alive, but I didn't know why. Next, please. Before that experience, I thought I was living a good life. I was working hard, achieving my goals, buying things that made me feel successful. but I was chasing the world, not my soul. For example, I will make time to drive my new car and earn some extra money, but not to have dinner with my daughter. Inside, I was disconnected from my family, from God. Next. When I woke up from coma, I realized that I could have easily died. Everyone around me called me a miracle. But I kept asking to myself, why I'm still here? What am I supposed to do? During those days, my wife showed me a letter she had written while I was unconscious. It was full of pain and also hope. She wrote that even though she wanted me to wake up, she wasn't sure I had been honest with our relationship. That something between us wasn't right. Something was broken. And she was right. Reading those words hit me deeply. It was as if Swami himself was speaking through her, showing me that if I truly wanted to live, I need to change completely. To face my own mental patterns and take full responsibility of the life I was creating. My first relationship had ended because I ran away from pain. But this time I chose differently. I chose to face it. I chose to stay, to grow with my wife and my newborn daughter. During this process, I first reconnected with my body. Caring for it as the sacred temple it is. I began eating more consciously, improving my sleep hygiene, and committing with consistent exercise. As my body found balance, my mind became clearer. Through therapy, reflections, and meditation, I learned how to recognize my emotions, to understand my mental patterns, and gradually bring my inner world into harmony. Once my body and my mind become clearer, it became easier to hear what had always been there, that gentle, steady voice of the self, the Atma, guiding me, from within. I began meditating every day at 4 a.m., something I never imagined I could do. And every week, I went out with my family to serve, not as a routine, but as a way to live with gratitude and awareness. As myself were aligned, something beautiful awakened in me. the desire to share with my daughters the joy of service and the devotion of chanting, and to reconnect more deeply, heart to heart, with my wife, with tenderness and mutual devotion. Slowly, our home became a little temple of love, full of love, full of joy and fun. Last year, I wrote a letter to myself, a commitment to live with awareness every single day. And a few months later, I received a call inviting me to serve as the National Young Adult Coordinator for Mexico. It felt like Swami whispering, now that you have found yourself again, help others to find themselves too. Through this service, I've learned that if a family prays together, grows together, and even faces the challenges together, they become the divine reflection of love itself. Next, please. I just don't survive COVID. It was a reborn into love, into awareness, into service. Swami once said, just as a wise farmer lovingly tends his crops, you must cultivate your habits to bring forth the harvest of liberation. This teaching has become my compass, guiding me to align the body, the mind, and the self, so I can live fulfilling my duties without being shaken by the results. During this process, my wife and my two daughters had been my greatest teachers. They had, through their love, their patience, and even to the challenges we have faced together, they have led me to my deepest transformation, showing me how to face my own shadows, to grow in faith, and to feel Sai's divine love living in my heart. Even though they are not physically present here today, they are here, always in my heart. Now I live each day tending these inner crops, with my family beside me and my heart awakened to His grace. Jai Sai Ram.
That was titled The Second Birth, for good reason. Thank you, Brother Miguel, for the deeply moving thoughts. It reminds us to not escape or run away from pain, but to use that as an opportunity and turn it into love. Because it is the pain and the shadow that we face and embrace.